are live. Giaconda is live. A good morning to everyone. Happy Monday. It is what now 6:10 a.m. here in Montreal. How you all doing? It is a gloomy morning. There's no sun here in Montreal. There's absolutely no sun on this Monday morning. Giaconda feeling quite tired. Hello, anyone out there? How are you doing? It is a gloomy, rainy, wet Monday morning, and we've got Slavo in the house. Buongiorno, Slavo, come stai? I feel tired too. I think I have a cold or a flu. I don't know what it is, but all day my bones were hurting yesterday. I still went to the gym grudgingly. I think we probably have a virus, Slav. My bones are aching like crazy. It's times like this that you just want to snuggle under your sheets and just stay in bed all day, huh? But I gotta work. But we have to be positive. So let's take a lot of vitamin C. Slav, even you, take some vitamin C. Because vitamin C is the only thing that can fight this bug. So, what will you do today, Slav? What's your plan? Are you just going to recuperate and stay in bed? Are you going to stream today? What are you going to do? We have to also remember to drink a lot of water, which I tend to forget sometimes. Are you a big water drinker, Slav? I tend to forget to do that. Good morning, hang on. Let me look it up. Recuperate, definitely, yeah. I gotta go to work. I have a heavy day ahead, a heavy week ahead of me. So, sick or not, I gotta gather my strength and do what I gotta do. Yeah, we need to recuperate. And we've got Nightmare in the house. Hi, Colin. You should be saying hello to me instead of insulting Boz. It's my stream, Colin. How are you, sweetheart? I still look good. Oh, thank you. Well, that's nice to hear, Boz, early in the morning. That even though I'm sick, I still look good. Thank you so much. That's sweet. Yeah. Colin, say hello to me. No good morning for Anna, sweetie. How are you doing, Colin? How you doing? So I'm just trying to plan my week. When should I stream this week? I was thinking of having a little bit of a routine. I'm a little bit of a routine kind of gal. I'm thinking of having, let's say, Tuesdays and Saturdays be my streaming days. What do you guys think? And I may, fingers crossed, I may have fixed my microphone issue. Kamina Can, do you have the spicy cough? Okay. Ploke Hugh, I don't know these people because I'm doing the vertical, right? Wakey Bakey, okay. Child of God 79, girl. Well, good morning, everyone. Greetings from Montreal, Quebec. It is a gloomy, somewhat rainy day here in Montreal. There is no sun, not yet, but it's coming. We need to be hopeful. Coming down or came down with some kind of flu or cold or whatever, but we have to just pump up on our vitamin C and have our water and bravely face the day. You have sun and clouds? Okay. So Colin woke up with a banging headache in a bad mood. Well, hopefully my smile will put you in a good mood, Colin. A smile and a kiss, will that make a difference for you? I don't know why you have a banging headache. Maybe you're coming down with the flu or a cold as well, right? Um, Spicy cough. I don't know what this person means. I need my mods. So, who's this now? Monapogi. Hi. Okay. Put on some metal music. Fuck you, N7P. Okay. Really interesting names. So we've got 5 people in the house with 3 likes, and we've got Giaconda in the house on a Monday morning, an early Monday morning. Who the hell does a live stream at what time is it? 6:15 a.m. I have courage. Jumped from 5 to 11 people in the house. These vertical streams are quite interesting as the numbers fluctuate in an interesting way. Okay, so what do you guys think of Giaconda streaming Tuesdays and Saturdays as a routine? Do you think it's a good idea? What's your opinion, Colin? Slavo, you can participate together in helping Giaconda. XXD 1234. Hello, I'm from India. Yeah, I remember seeing you, XXD, I think on my Saturday morning stream. Grow up, Slayer Box, Kamina Can. No, you haven't been on my panel, so that much, just once. So those were the panelists that, based on my 6 live streams. So there's nothing to be heard about, Boz. Where are you from? I want to know. I'm from Montreal, Quebec. Pretty Kitty says, you do look like a baddie lady, but somehow upper middle class. Okay. Maybe. Slayer Box twice, actually. Twice, but both times very brief, I believe. You were on my panel twice, are you sure? Because I've only live streamed 6 times. I don't recall you being there twice. Really? Yeah, no, I just included those those panelists that were there, like my regulars based on my 6 live streams. 6 live streams is not a lot, you know. Do you like Walmart or Target? Neither. Pretty Kitty D8X. Oh my God, you have the New York, New England accent. No, I have the Italian, Canadian, Italian Montrealer accent. Here in Montreal, we speak 2 languages. We speak French and Italian and English. Those of us that are of Italian origin. So most of the allophones speak 3 languages. So we have a combination kind of accent, which can sometimes be mistaken actually for New England. How do you feel about, I don't really want to talk about my twin. I love my twin. I love him very, very much. And I don't want to talk about that on a morning stream. He knows that we love him. And yeah, and whenever he's ready to come back, we're going to celebrate because we love Kev. Have you spoken? That's, well, yeah, that's personal. Kamina Can, what is your favorite food? I don't really have a favorite food, but my favorite time of the day to eat is indeed breakfast. So what does Colin say? I've seen 2 hours of your 5-hour stream. No opinion on days of streaming. I just can't watch ones at 4 a.m. my time, which is 10 p.m. for a lot of the Americans. You're right, Colin. You're right, sweetheart. So that's why I like to do a combination of my evening streams, which is convenient for me, my schedule, and for those, within my time zone. And then I like to do these early morning streams that, are really early, like 6 in the morning. Colin, is really early, 6 or 7, but it accommodates my European friends, right? So there's a balance between these streams and the others. Okay. So boss is saying, what is he saying? I need my mods though. I am summoning my mods. I feel it's sad that he needs a break because he's been on streams too much. Okay. Can you give me your house tour? No, I can't. I like your robe. Oh, you like my robe, boss. Thank you. Thank you. It's very, very comfortable. It's, it's comfortable, especially when you feel like achy and stuff, it's really comfortable. Thank you. Thank you, boss. Mod me. Oh, no, it's okay, because I'm waiting for Moose. And we've got 7 people in the house with 3 likes. I appreciate the likes on this Monday morning, gloomy, gloomy, gloomy Monday morning. Still no sun. Drinking some water, feeling a little bit under the weather. It looks like a lot of people are getting sick with some kind of cold or virus. Yeah, I know Moose isn't always going to be there. I know that, Boz. So just asking Colin and Boz if Tuesdays and Saturday streams make sense, and then I just keep on doing my morning streams whenever. No caps, Boz, no caps. That's what Mr. Godfather taught me. No caps, although my name remains in caps, but he always said whenever you type your messages or whatever, no caps, because it's impolite. Yeah, so let me just put this back. We've got 4 likes. Thank you so much. It's so early on this Monday morning. Body is sore, coming down with some kind of cold. I don't know what the hell. Your tattoo looks cool. Thank you. There are some people that don't like my tattoos. Very few. I would say 95% of the people, or maybe 98. Even my mom, who's super conservative, likes my tattoos. Well, she likes this one better than she likes this one, but they all have, I have more. I have this one here. They all have meaning. Gotta have variation. Gotta have variation. So, Boz, your opinion, your objective opinion would be not to make it a Tuesday, Saturday thing, because that's too predictable. Is that it? For my evening live streams? Because don't forget, I have a busy schedule, right? So we want to have like a routine, and it gives people consistency, right? So I'm offering something that's a little bit different than the usual. Did you see Kay's stream? I didn't, but I saw a notification. I did. I was in the chat and then I fell asleep, Colin. So I'm gonna check it out, but I don't think her stream was very long. I think it was only 1 hour, but I fell asleep. Not my intention to throw shade, but some people like to come on the panel, but they aren't always engaging or have a... So far, I love all my panelists on my live streams. I appreciate them all, and I'm very grateful for the support, because I've only started doing this, not even 2 weeks. So no complaints on this end, no complaints at all. Who do we have here? Mikey, good morning, my darling. How are you? You're at the gym? I finished my coffee. I'm drinking water, but I'm feeling under the weather. Like my body was so achy all of yesterday. I don't know, Mike, if you've ever experienced this when you're like coming down with something and you have to go to the gym and you're just dragging your feet, because I walk there and then I walk back, right? And I'm just training and I'm like, oh God, oh God. And then I got to come home and cook. And oh, it was so long, my day yesterday. I need to catch up on your stream. I didn't watch any this weekend. Well, Saturday night stream was 5 hours, Mike. So it was a long stream. You can fast forward. Maybe you'll find parts of it boring, but I enjoyed every minute of my live stream. So we've got 7 people in the house with 4 likes. Thank you so much. It is a gloomy Monday morning. It is, what time is it? 6:24 a.m. Were the guests people from the tea community? I don't know any of those people. On K-Stream, I don't know because like I fell asleep after 5 minutes and I don't know who the tea community people are. So XXD says it's 3:53 here where you live. Okay. Yes, Mikey, 5 hours, but you know, because I've live streamed 6 times now, Mike, and I think my shortest live stream was 3 hours something or 2 hours, almost going on 3. The rest were all 4 hours something. Hope you get to yeah, well, I think the only solution, Mike, is vitamin C, eh? And I have like a huge week ahead of me, so I can't fuck around. You know, I can't like take a day off or anything like that. I gotta go into work regardless of how I feel. It was good, boss fed us for 2 days. Yeah. But Slavin was also feeling sick yesterday, I think, right? Because I did catch a little bit of his stream. So we've got 8 people in the house with 6 likes. Thank you so much for the likes. What is Nightmare saying? Do you know of Margie? I've heard of her, but I don't know her personally. No. She'd stream for over 8 hours sometimes. Oh, wow. I can't do 8 hours. Unless we're doing some kind of marathon, you know, which we could do. We could organize among the community streamers. We can do a 24-hour marathon where we all participate streaming 8 hours each or something like that. That would be cool. That's an idea. Maybe I'll propose that, a 24-hour marathon at some point, and we all participate, you know? That would be cool. Okay. No, I was just very tired from very little sleep. Okay. Okay, no, me, it's really, I'm really under the weather. I'm really under the weather. So I got to come up with some topics for this week. Yeah, so what kind of topics do you guys suggest that we talk about? Colin is saying, I once fell asleep with the TV on. I find that so relaxing. I don't watch much TV, Colin, but when I do, sometimes if I do, like rarely, but and I fall asleep with the TV on, I just find it so relaxing. I once fell asleep with the TV on watching her stream, and she was still streaming when I woke up. Oh, wow. Her and Kay would stream together. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. But what we could do is a stream marathon. It's a suggestion, Slav, where we all participate, the streamers, and we do a 24-hour stream marathon. We choose a day, and then we all participate. So, for example, if there's six of us, we all contribute 4 hours of streaming. And I think that would be cool. What do you think of my idea? No thanks? You don't want to do a stream marathon? You're not in the game? So we've got 6 likes. We've got 6 people in the house. And my birthday's right around the corner. We're already, what? Today is June 8th? My birthday's in exactly 2 weeks. I love the month of June. 4 hours. If there's 6 of us streamers, yeah, it all depends how many people we have, right? If we organize a 24-hour stream, and there's 6 of us, then it's 4 hours each, yeah. I think you can manage 4 hours, Slav. If there's 6 of us, I think 4 hours each is very doable. Your record is 3.5. Well, so far my record is 5. But don't forget, on Saturday, when I did the 5 hours evening stream, in the morning I had streamed over 2 hours. I had done a morning stream like this, and I went to work. So, yeah. Colin says it was 8 hours, pure fragrance talk as well. No drama or anything. I don't like more than 10 minutes fragrance talk per stream. So, Colin, you don't like very extensive fragrance talk? I'm on board with you there, but what do you like? Do you like drama? I don't really like drama either, to be honest. I like when our streamers and guests talk about their experiences and what they've lived through and stuff like that. For me, the stories are the most interesting. So Slavin is saying, yes, but you had more people on. I only had Kay, Karen, and Boos. Okay. So 6 likes. Thank you so much. Wow. On this Monday morning here in Montreal, Quebec. Giaconda's feeling a little bit under the weather, to say the least. So you only had you had 3 panelists, 3 people on the panel, you mean, Slav? Okay, so you logged on from your other account to see Colin. Why is it so important for you to see Colin, though? Okay. Oh, Colin. So hopefully when you watch my 5-hour stream, Colin, you'll find it nice because we were friends. Okay. Yeah. No, I know you were friends, 100%. But maybe following him like that, maybe it's gonna get on his nerves, especially if he said he woke up with a headache. Maybe it's not the time to bust his balls a bit, you know? Sometimes we have to listen to what people say. If they wake up with a bad headache and they're in a bad mood, the best thing is to leave them alone. So Colin says, yeah, I like drama and streams like DDLD did. Yeah, movie and show talk and set topics. Yeah, that's it. I like set topics, Colin. I like set topics. And then you're going to deviate from the topics and sidetrack and have a few laughs and joke around. That's 100%. But I don't like drama where you're gossiping, and I hate gossip. I really detest gossip. Well, we all like Colin, and Colin is going to be one of my panelists one day, right, Colin? I'm still waiting for your voice message. So maybe not today because you woke up with a headache, but I'm still waiting for your voice message, Colin, so I can hear your accent. We know you mean no harm, Slav. Okay. I like Colin, really, Anna. We used to get along great. Okay. But drama divided us. Yeah. There are a lot of things, maybe that's a topic for this morning's live stream. Maybe there are a lot of things that divide people, whether it is in the virtual world, because this is the virtual world, and the virtual world is different from the real life world, but at the same time has some correlations with the real world because it's humans behind the screen, right? So there are a lot of things that divide people, politics, obviously, social views, convictions, and I think some of us that mature, grow up, or are put in situations where we are forced to cohabit with other humans, work with other humans, we we learn how to not necessarily disconnect from differing views, but we learn how to accept and tolerate other people's differences, right? And I think the key is tolerance. So people always want to be right. This is like a human need almost, where we want to be right, we want to feel heard, we want to be validated, and we're going to get pushy if we're not, you know? And I think the truly confident people, or the people that are very self-assured in their convictions, do not feel that need to always want to be heard or be right. And it comes with a certain level of maturity. I myself have experienced certain challenges with very close friends where we had differing views, and then there was a falling out. And then we made peace and we made a pact to never talk about certain things ever again because of our differing views. And once in a while, we'll waver from that a little bit, and it'll be me to remind that person, no, we can't go there. We can't talk about that because my friendship is much more sacred than our differing views. You see what I mean, guys? But it does take a love for people, because if you don't love people, you won't give a fuck. And a desire to coexist with others, because some people are like, I don't need to coexist with others, I'm fine just by myself. You know what I mean? So that's the end of my rant. So let me catch up on the chat. Don't hold your breath about being on the panel. Don't hold your breath about being on the panel. I think there's more chance of Yoshi being... Oh, Colin, you're giving me no hope. Mikey's saying arguments are so fickle as they usually become less about listening and more about... That's right. See, my co-witch and I, we think so much alike. Yes, 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 and yes. Uh-huh. And I was like that in my 30s. And you guys know my loud voice, so I could outvoice anybody, really. Love and respect are cornerstones of a friendship or relationship. Yeah. Bread and salt. Yeah. But in order to love someone else, love your neighbor, love your partner, you need to love yourself, right? And if you know what your convictions are and what your beliefs are, if you're sure about yourself, you don't need to stress it to others. Because at the end of the day, whatever your views are, and this is the sad reality of the world, there's a higher power above you. So we think we control everything. Okay, some people of course, there are people on the hierarchical scheme that have power, global power, controlling the world with money, right? Money gives power. And then if you look at it on a spiritual level, there is an energy, a life force. People that are not religious or whatever will see nature as the force that controls us. If we are all caught, for instance, in a natural disaster, a tornado, or a hurricane, an earthquake, if you like, whether you are the president of a country or a maintenance worker, caught in that natural disaster in that very moment, you'll both die the same way. So it doesn't make a difference. And when we do die, that moment of death, whatever, however you die, when your heart stops ticking and your body, your brain goes dead, it's the same for everybody. So when you realize that, and you only realize that as you get older, most of us anyway, that we are finite, that there is an end to the beginning, and that when you leave this world, however you leave, however it is meant for you to leave, that we die the same way. Then you humble yourself a little bit. So that's my second rant. And we've got Moose in the house. Good morning. Mwah. Good night. Because Moose lives in Australia. Kisses to you. So Colin is saying, I have very different politics to my brother and sister. We just don't talk about that subject. Okay. Yeah. See, like, I only have one sibling, Colin, only one, and he's 12 years younger than me. We don't see eye to eye on a very, very impactful issue in our family existence, but we agree on politics. So it's so funny. It's so funny, and we have led very different lives, my brother and I. He's my polar opposite. But when it comes to politics, not only can we talk about politics, but we could even crack up about it. It is the strangest thing ever. Anyway, so let me just continue your message. Don't talk about the subject around each other. We will never agree. So that's it. So this is the case. The way you handle your siblings is exactly how I handle a very, very dear, close friend of mine. Because I love her. I love her so much. And she's been in my life for over 20 years. So the same rule. Boz is saying, if you can't love yourself, you can't really love others. Yeah. Mikey, yes, it's called self-esteem with emphasis on self. True. I've been told I have control issues. Oh, yeah. Morning, Moose. I think, however, Mikey says, sometimes people don't like being held accountable, which is understandable. No one likes being called out on their bullshit. I mean, it depends also your level of maturity, you know? I didn't like that. Like in my 30s and 40s, I was a very proud person, and I thought I was always right. I had, I had a very different personality. But then as you get older, this is the beauty. This is the beauty of aging. As you age, and if you age graciously, you realize that the more you think you know, the less you know, So I know nothing. I'm always learning. I'm always discovering. I know nothing. That's the mindset. And by saying you know nothing, you learn something. If you think you know everything, you know nothing, right? Yeah. Hey, Dennis. Hello. Hi, beautiful Anna. Hi, Dennis. So are you back home or are you still in Croatia? How's the vacation? Are you feeling happy? How's the lady friend? 100% says Moose. Yes. So we've got 10 people in the house with 7 likes. Good morning from Montreal, Quebec. Giaconda's feeling under the weather, body aches all of yesterday, but I still was able to fulfill my duties, go to the gym, cook, correct assignments. But when the sun is out there, it always feels better, but it's a gloomy day. So these are the days that I contemplate on life, right? Mike is saying, There's no blueprint to this thing called life. Well, I believe that we do have a blueprint. Our soul has a blueprint, and we always have free will to follow that blueprint, right? So there are certain lessons that we need, that our soul needs to learn in this incarnation. So we all chose to incarnate around the same time, right? And we have certain lessons that we need to learn. And it's so easy to identify those spiritual lessons. Why is it easy? I'll tell you. It is very easy to identify these spiritual lessons because they keep repeating in our lives. It's obstacles, conflicts, things that keep happening in your life over and over again. And the repetition is necessary because you haven't learned your lesson, right? So that's one huge indication as to why you're here. Like, what is your purpose, right? We need to have a purpose. Some of us know our purpose from the very beginning of our lives. We know why we're here. Some of us only discover our purpose midway into our lives or towards the end of our lives. We realize we have an epiphany and we say, wow, this is my existence. Sometimes your existence can be just to be a catalyst to something, a catalyst in people's lives, you know? And sadly enough, and that's a life choice, and we don't have the right to judge, sometimes we choose not to have a purpose. And that is still the purpose, right? So we have free will. We can choose to better ourselves. And what we mean by better is to have that inner peace. That is your indication. So if you have an inner peace within you, where you accept your limitations and you're open to growing, and you're patient with yourself. This is something that I've learned in the last 2 years. I have learned to be patient with myself. Say, Anna, you didn't get it right. That's okay. Try again. Just as I tell my students it's okay, right? I need to tell myself it's okay about certain life lessons. I need to be patient with myself. If I am patient with myself, then I'll be patient with others. So let me catch up with the chat. Lots of rants this morning, or deep contemplations. I shouldn't call them rants. Let's go. I'm still in Croatia, says Dennis. On Monday, I am flying to Dallas. Oh, wow, you're flying to Dallas for a week. Will you be seeing Mark? And then I have to return to Germany. Unfortunately, business is calling, of course. Yoshi is your fan, Anna, in case you didn't know. Yeah, of course I knew. I knew Yoshi was my fan. Why would I think that Yoshi wouldn't be my fan? Fuck Dennis. Oh, okay. This is deep stuff, Anna Maria. Yes. Nightmare. Since the beginning of summer, it has rained every day so far, and the forecast for the next 10 days is rain every day. Yeah, the rain really, especially, you know, if you're feeling under the weather, the rain, here too, more or less rain. Very often I ignore my internal compass. Why is that, my coach? Why do you ignore your internal? Because you're very, I could see it in your eyes, Mikey. Your eyes are the same color as mine. They are very translucent brown. So you're highly intuitive. You're a good soul. You've been through a lot. You've been through hell and back. And how you survived it is through your intuition, your instinct. So I don't know why you ignore your internal compass. That is something that you need to work on. But you know what? You're much younger than me. So I believe you're 40. So when I was 40, yeah, I was in a different, as Slavin would say, different headspace. Anna, you have awesome life philosophy. Through life experience, having had my father as my mentor, having had certain, like I was very lucky to have had two university professors that were my mentors, students. Students have inspired me, having taught students from all over the world, from different backgrounds, having been married 3 times, different national, I understand people because I integrated and lived with the people, with different people. So I know outside my world, and when you know outside your own world, outside your circle, you discover other circles. And when you discover other circles, it exposes you to different perceptions of reality, and you realize that your reality is not the only reality in this world, right? There are joined realities. And what do you do with these joined? Do you reject different realities or do you embrace them, right? Dennis says, I'm going to Dallas for England versus... Oh, yes, I remember now. But I believe Mark is around there, isn't he? He's in Nashville. Is it far? Bosnia playing in Toronto again. Yes, it's tonight. Yeah. We all need growth, personal growth. Yeah, I love how you say my name. Slavin or Slavo? Yeah, you always said that you love the way I say your name. So we've got 9 people in the house with 8 likes. Giaconda here doing a live, what time is it? 6:50 in the morning. Gloomy Monday morning, feeling really under the weather, was really exhausted yesterday, but today is another day. Slav, when I say Slav, especially the boys always like to, I think they're amused more than anything because my accent is so different, right? From the other ladies, because I have this, unique, if you want, way of enunciating words. So the boys get a kick out of the way I pronounce things and my endings and all that. And we've got AM Absolute. How are you, Mr. King? How are you? Good morning. Buongiorno. So Giaconda is feeling very philosophical this morning. Feeling really under the weather. I gotta still go to work though, but trying to keep it positive. So Mikey is saying, I feel sometimes it's small compromises made for the sake of the larger whole. Mikey, I can't agree more. Small compromises can actually be monumental in the whole picture. It's those small compromises, Mikey, I totally agree with you. Damn, I agree with you. That can make a difference in the whole perception of the situation. So small compromises made for the sake of the large whole. Love it. Love it. I feel when you are supporting a family unit, a lot of your own personal needs come second, third. So you have a very, what we call a communal outlook. So you were probably raised in this way to be communal, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it's who you are. I'm just assuming that you were raised that way. Yeah. So the communal outlook is the community comes, the people come before you. You come second. The individualistic approach is I come first and the community comes second. I have observed that in most relationships, you have one who's individualistic and the other one who's communal, right? In my case, being of Italian origin, women are raised to be communal. Everyone else comes before the woman and then them, right? that worked to my detriment because that wasn't my life purpose. So sometimes what happens is you go through certain life experiences because you were conditioned a certain way, and it works against you, against you, against you, against you. And then you wake up one morning and you say, oh, okay, being communal didn't really serve me, right? It's okay as a teacher. It's okay to be communal if you are teaching students, but it's not okay to be communal. In a relationship, you need to be individualistic. And then there's this guilt associated with individualism, right? Because you're like, well, then that makes me a selfish bitch. No, not really. So I don't want to go on too much about it, but this is one of the most common reasons why couples break up, right? So what is Boz saying? AM, the man, the legend. Dennis, Anna, you are true in all meaning of that word, professor. You have that educational. Well, Dennis, I've been a teacher for 28 years, formally, 30 years informally. And I have taught different subjects, if you like, to adults, but also I teach at 2 different institutions. And I love that. In all, I've taught in 3 different institutions, but consistently in the last 28 years, 2. And these 2 institutions are vastly different, even though they're both for adult learners. And it gave me balance. It gave me balance. And the thing with adult education teachers is they really get a lot out of the teaching, because it's more of an exchange than anything else. It's not like teaching children or teenagers. You're getting an exchange, an intellectual exchange, right? Because the exchange that you get teaching youth is vastly different. It's not so much intellectual life experience as it is with adults. So that's why I bring that energy with me, even in my personal life, being the teacher, because my teaching was pretty much encompassed my whole existence. You know, it was really about serving people, you know. Hey, Smoking Man. Who's Smoking Man? Buzz. Raised with 5 siblings, and I'm a middle child. Oh, the middle child. Okay. Oh, yeah. 5 kids, middle child. Okay, gotcha. I only had 1 brother, but boy, was he a handful. Felt like 3 brothers. Okay. Older, I mean. Middle child tends to be forgotten. Yeah. AM is the smoking man. Okay. AM, tobacco lover. Moose. You're not incorrect, says Mikey, but middle child becomes very self-sufficient. Yeah, that's the positive aspect of middle child. Very self-sufficient and knows how to strike when the iron is hot. Yeah. Yeah, so what I get from Mikey is that he knows how to pick his battles, and he knows how to protect himself. You have a very strong sense of self-preservation, right? You know when to stand up, even for others, when it's you have good timing, you know what to say, what not to say, and or when to leave it vague and when not to. So I noticed that about Mikey. He's very careful with what he chooses to say or not say. You know, he doesn't just blurt things out. That's not Mikey at all. So we've got 11 people in the house with 8 likes, with Giaconda going on a philosophical rant, and it's not even 7 a.m. Is this possible? Can we go through can we just yak when we're coming down with some kind of flu or cold? I don't know what it is, achy bones since yesterday. But yeah, when it comes to philosophy, I can just yak and yak and yak. So Colin is back in the comments. Yes, Colin. What is my sweetheart Colin saying? I never wanted a wife or children. I just don't get it. It would make my, no, why? Colin, it would make my life worse. I never wanted the hassle. Well, one thing about Colin is he's very honest. He's a Capricorn, so he's going to, you're so brutally honest, but I remember you telling me you're 41, so you're still a baby. You can get married at any time, and hopefully, I wish for you that you will meet a special lady. They do exist, who will capture your heart and soften that heart, Remove all those pieces of glass that got stuck inside your heart. That's what I wish for you, Colin. I truly do. I think there's a lot of pain there. And love is magical. Love, I know you may think I'm just idealistic, but take it from me. I've seen a lot in my life. Love can heal. Even sometimes love from a genuine friendship. Love can heal. When I think of love, I think of my maternal grandmother who loved me unconditionally. And whenever I felt like shit, she would just hold me, massage my head, she would play with my hair for hours until I would just relax to no end and just fall asleep on her lap, and she would feed me my favorite foods, and she would always make me feel like I was special. So that's love. Love can heal. Yeah, Moose is saying self-sufficient. Yes, yes. Anna, love this. Okay. So Dennis is saying, unfortunately, I am an only child. It has its advantages. I was an only child for 12 years. So I understand, up until the perspective of a 12-year-old, what it's like to be an only child. I do. Had its advantages and disadvantages, true. Growing up was okay until my 16th year, then war started. Yeah, and it's the same thing with Slav. Then war started and I become a man, wanted that or not, but I have survived it. And we've got Brandon in the house. Blessings to you. Mwah, Brandon, our birthdays are coming up. Our birthdays are coming up, hon. We need to do like a birthday stream. Maybe I should do that. Mine is on the Monday and yours is on the Friday. So I know you'll be partying the whole weekend. But I'm gonna do a birthday stream. We have to set it up, Brandon, where you're gonna be my co-host, okay? Do you like that? Would you like to be my co-host for that birthday stream? Just me and you? Dushan in the house. Dushan came in later. Usually Dushan is the first one. He's the first one that says, Signora Anna, Signorina Anna. Yeah. Scent of the day for Dushan is the perfume Artisan Premier Figuier Extrême. Yeah, I like that one. I like the Premier Figuier Extrême by l'Artisan des Parfumeurs. I don't like the regular one, but I do like the Extrême, and yeah, it is discontinued. I mean, I would love to just show up at your house one day, like without an invitation, and just open that closet of yours, Dushan, and just see what your entire collection looks like. And then I'm going to bring with me a stack of decant bottles and just decant the whole day. 10 ml decants of your bottles that I want. Greetings from the bar. Mr. Bar. Dushan, you know what? Dushan, we need to have a stream. Dushan's Bar. That would be a good title. Dushan's Bar. Let's do it, yeah? Okay. Just message me on WhatsApp, Brandon. Thinking I'll wear, oh my God, Mikey, I love that creed. I was thinking about Millésime Impérial. I was thinking the vintage version of that one that I had, the gold, that metallic gold bottle. It is the sexiest unisex, in my opinion. Not the new formulation. I don't like the new formulation. But and I had it. I had it, what, 10, 15 years ago, if not more. Time flies. I lose track. Dennis is wearing Chanel Super Leggera. I don't know that one. Super Leggera. Chanel. I don't know it. I know Eau de Cologne. But I don't know. Colin is saying, my siblings are a lot younger than me, so I was also an only child for quite a few years. Okay, I see. I think it was probably more fun than having siblings of... Yeah, I know when my brother was born and I was like 12 and a half and he was born, I didn't gravitate to him right away. It took me a year to accept my brother. And then once I did, he became like my baby. He became my baby. I would say until he was 10, he was my baby. Yeah, like there was an unconditional love between me and him that was extraordinary. We would fall asleep on the couch holding hands. He was truly my baby. I just adored him. Yeah. But then as they get older, things change. Dushan is saying, yes, Anna, and you can stay as long as you want in my apartment. Ooh, okay. I was thinking only perfume. It was like a fantasy, a whole bag of 10 ml decants, and I open whatever. I don't know where you store your perfumes. Maybe you store them like, I don't know, like some people have perfumes like everywhere, and I just imagine like a big cupboard, and I'm decanting away. Anna doesn't do anything less than 10 ml. That's correct, Brandino. That's correct, because it's a waste. I don't do 5 ml. What am I going to do with 5 ml? And then it's finished? No, 10 ml. I need to use it a few times, right? So, Brandino knows me. I have vintage Melissa Imperial and yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Colin. So you're wearing, you see, this should make your day. You're wearing Giaconda's sexiest unisex scent that she no longer has, and Colin has it. And I don't know if Mikey has the vintage version. So wear it today, Colin. And when you wear it, think that Giaconda thinks this is the sexiest. Giaconda. Okay, Colin? Of course, you are 11 years older than him. You're talking to me or someone else? I'm 12 and a half years older than him. Creed does Ambre Gui amazing. Some of the best. Yeah, that's true. I don't see the big deal about Creed. The vintage Creeds we're talking about mostly. Yeah, I agree with Dushan. I've never spent full price. No, I've never paid retail for... okay, let's look. I've been buying perfumes for 40 years. I would say the first 15 years, 20 years, I paid retail. It was easy to pay retail back in those days because perfumes were really affordable. But then once I discovered fragrance groups and other perfumistas, and I started trading. So when was that? 2007, 2008. So we're talking 18 years, let's say. Ever since I discovered the world of swapping, I would say I've only paid 20% retail in all my purchases. Parfum de Marly, no, I'm not a fan, Moose, just like you. And even the men that wear, like I know there are a lot of men that really love Parfum de Marly, and I don't. It's like typical. Vintage or not, to me, Bois de Portugal. Oh yeah? No. My second husband, Tony, had Bois de Portugal, what we call now the vintage version. And to me, that is the manliest perfume ever. Like, I would even spray it on myself and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is what a man smells like. Oh my God. That is a manly, manly scent. So I'm not into anti-ace like Duchan and this fucking Chanel Egoist bullshit. Creed Bois de Portugal. Oh my God. It's Portugal wood, right? That's what it means. Mikey's saying, I know everyone here probably hates Roja Elysium as it's a blue fragrance. However, I've been contemplating picking up a bottle. There are lots of clones, Mikey. I don't know if you're into clones, but apparently there's lots of clones that do the job a good 80 to 90%. And based on what I've read or observed, people don't recommend paying retail for it. If you can get maybe a decant, get a decant of it and test it out and see if it's worth it for you, if it is unique enough. Because even though it's kind of a bit of a generic scent, maybe on your skin it'll smell exceptional, you know? Balls the same mixed bag. Nightmare Moose, same. I've smelled a lot of them and don't like single one. I don't hate it, Mike, but rather get the flanker. Forgot its name. I like it, Mike. I had it, but ended up selling it, says Nightmare. OG Elysium is a 7 and the flanker is a 9. Okay. Well, everyone will have like a different opinion depending on body chemistry, especially when we're dealing with aquatic fragrances, blue fragrances. It can go either way because one of the risks, I think, of, I mean, it's like that even for, you know, women's fragrances that are aquatic or all that, is that it can just smell generic, you know. So we've got 12 people in the house with 10 likes. Thank you so much for these likes. It is now, what time is it? 7:11 here in Montreal, Quebec. Still no sun, gloomy day. Hoping to get through the day. Yeah. And we're having some nice conversation. Mikey's saying, I know everyone here probably hates her, but okay, no, wait, I need to scroll down. Moose is saying, I was thinking about that too. At Mikey saying, I do want the Elysium. I just ordered the new Pandora Nordhaven and I get 2 samples of yet unreal. Oh, wow. You get 2, not even 1. 2 samples of the unreleased. Wow, wow, wow. That's great. I think Slav had told me that there's one huge niche perfume house not far from his house. Okay, 2, yes. All right, we've got 13 people in the house with 10 likes. Giaconda in the house with her boys and Moose as her mod. So it's been pretty good with the trolls, eh, Moose? Yeah, it's been pretty good with the trolls. So I'm happy. So at the beginning of my live, I was thinking of doing like Tuesday and Saturday live streams, kind of like being consistent. What do you think about that, Moose? Do you think that's a good idea? And I was also thinking of us, well, I'm the rookie, let's say those of us that live stream, and I'm including myself as the newbie, of course, to participate in a 24-hour live stream where we all participate on one day and we all rotate shifts. So if there's 6 of us, we all do 4-hour shifts. You know, what do you think about that? Because the mods play an important role, right? So if we decide to do 24-hour streams, we need the mods. Once you get to a comfortable position with your streaming, sounds good, Anna. Okay, great. And Marley's special event. Yeah. Yeah, 24-hour stream with we need to have like we can have a cause or not, you know, just a 24-hour stream. I want to smell some of the Louis Vuittons. Overrated, Colin. Some of them seem up my alley. They're just so expensive to sample. Unfortunately, yeah, overrated. You can order samples though, if you want, Colin. I can't commit to 4 hours, but I would be open to a couple of hours and contribute to that marathon. Okay. Well, I'll mention it on my live stream, you know. I'll mention it, Mikey, on my live stream. If, we need to first know how many people are in the game, right? And then a 24-hour marathon. I think it would be fun. It would be fun. We just need to commit to it, though. So we've got 11/11, eh? So it's going to be a very meaningful day for me, 11/11. So 11/11 is a big sign. I can't come. Okay, what else? Have I caught up? Yeah, I've caught up to so I'm at the 1 hour and 5 minute mark. This is amazing. So nice chatting about philosophy, perfumes, 24-hour marathon. The hard part would be to find people to commit to that early in the. Oh, I'll do the morning block. You know that, Mikey. I'll take care of the morning block. I have no problem with the morning block. So you've got Anna in the house for the morning block. Yeah. Buzz, your streams have become the new meeting point. Well, why not? In life, never say never, right? That's another thing that life has taught me. If you would have spoken to Giaconda just last year, and if you would have told Giaconda, hey, Anna, you're going to be live streaming, you're going to be doing lives and live streaming in this community, I would laugh at you. But here I am, I'm having a blast, I'm learning new skills. So in life, and it never gets old, this lesson. It's always teaching me, never say never. Never say never. My history stream about Bosnia didn't get much attention. Okay, sorry to hear that. But, not everything we do will get attention. And not everything that we like to do, maybe, will get attention. So we need to have a balance, right? This I've observed. Sometimes we will stream or we will do videos about stuff that we like, that will not get the attention we want, but maybe it's also the timing, right? When are you doing these streams? So if you want to do a stream about a topic that you really like, maybe the timing is essential where you can get the most audience. So maybe that means doing it at an inconvenient time. You know what I mean? Definitely have to plan this 24-hour stream out. Yeah, we do. We do have to plan it. Anna has been the only person I've been watching consistently as of late. Big reason is due to her streaming so early. Yeah. So that's it. And another thing is that what I've noticed, like in everything else in life that I've, participated in and all that in the past, you need to find your niche, So for me, it's like, the morning streams have its own energy, So I'm like, okay, there's Mikey who goes to the gym and he's an early riser and all that. And there's a couple of other guys too that are early risers. And then there's the European folks, right? Or also different parts of the world, Australia and all that. But the morning streams will target a specific audience, still at 11/11, yeah. Whereas the evening streams, it's more the community itself of the people that live stream, or mostly the North American, because I really appreciate when the Europeans hop on my evening streams, like Colin, like Slav, and Moose. Poor Moose, he's the mod, Poor Moose, he's the mod, and he lives in Australia. And other people, and they're there. You have to be so grateful. It's like the middle of the morning and they're on your freaking live stream, but that's a sacrifice for them, you know? So yeah. And Dushan is, I would say Dushan. If I had a magic wand and I would transfer everyone virtually and put them in real life, I would give Dushan a medal. Why would I award him a medal? Because he supports every live streamer. He supports everyone who live streams. He's usually the first one there. He's extremely collaborative, very nice, and he's supportive. You have the medal. And we've got Marcus in the house. Mwah! Ciao, ciao, Marcus. How are you, darling? It is 7 a.m. here in Montreal, gloomy Monday morning. Giaconda was feeling under the weather most of the weekend, especially yesterday. Still feeling sick, but I gotta go to work. AM keeps me in the loop. So although I miss a lot, he keeps me up to date with the drama. Yes, he does. Gulf of Finland, Dushan, Das man, yeah. Dushan is great. He is. He's very supportive, guys. He really is. Okay, good to see you, Anna. Good to see you, sweetheart. So we've got 13 people in the house with 11 likes. Giaconda is here. Giaconda is here. Oh, I've done a lot of talking. So I'm at the 1 hour and 11. Oh my God. Now 12. 111, 1111. Big sign. So yeah, Boz is not a drinker. He doesn't drink hard alcohol, only wine, right? And some beer, maybe once in a while. It's for medicine. Okay. I can't wait to just enjoy my yard in the back with the sun, and I'm going to live stream there with a nice glass of wine this summer. That's my goal. Yeah. And you know, this marathon that we do, when we do decide to do the marathon, we can even do the live, like those that participate can participate by doing, let's say, the vertical live like this. So wherever they are, you know, because this is easy. This is easy peasy. You don't need a microphone, nothing. And you could be outside and you do like a 2-hour live or 1 hour live outside, and that's it. So it doesn't have to, it could be vertical or the standard way, you know. Ginger ale is refreshing. Yeah. Nice champagne. You guys like to enjoy champagne? I like a nice glass of champagne, you know, good quality champagne in the summer. That's nice. 12 people in the house with 11 likes. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you. Yeah, stomach ache. What gives you a stomach ache? Ginger ale? Or when you have a stomach ache? Yes, Anna, it could be kind of like slow TV. What do you mean, Marcus? I like Prosecco. Okay, nice. I gotta choose my scent of the day. I don't know what to wear. I feel guilty every time I need to choose my scent because I have so many bottles. And there are some people that hardly have any. I feel guilty, you know? No, stomaki is a drink from Balkans that helps. Okay, yeah. It's like, oh my God, I forgot the name in Italian. It's like carbonated. It's like these white pellets that you put in the water and then it goes shh, and it's you drink that when you have a stomach ache. What's the name? Oh my God, I forgot the name. And you guys have it's the same thing. I'm missing Alex on the streams. Do you know of him, Anna? I don't know an Alex. No, Colin. The Italian guy, the older gentleman. I've heard of him. Alex the Perfume Temple. Missed that guy too. Nightmare, he is on JJ streams. JJ is on my Facebook, but I don't go on his streams. Nightmare, yes, Moose. Okay. Always posts beautiful pictures. JJ? Yeah. Yeah, I like his posts. Yeah, his photos are really cool. So 12 people in the house, 11 likes. And we're at the 1 hour and 15-minute mark. Wow, time flies. Time flies. Time flies. Have I caught up with the chat? What should I wear today? I don't know what to wear. I'm saying, do you know? Okay. What should I wear, guys? Shoot out a perfume idea or two. I may have it. I do have over 200 bottles. Should I wear Creed Spring Flower? Should I wear, I have Creed Aventus for her. I have Creed Fiorentina. And I have Centaurus. But Centaurus is more evening. It's sexy. It's not what you wear at work. What should I wear, guys? That's in the Creed. Then in the other lines, let me think. I don't know. When you're under the weather and your bones ache and all that, what kind of perfume should you wear? Something, I don't want anything overly sweet. So, by Killian maybe, but no, by Killian, I have Good Girl, Gone Bad Extreme, Woman in Gold. What else do I have? I love the way Alex talks English. Okay. Okay, he has an accent. He has an Italian accent. That's sexy. Latin English. Oh, yeah. Italian accents in English are very sexy. It's very sexy, you know, when someone can speak more than 2 languages. I find that extremely sexy because, well, I wouldn't say it's sexy. It's kind of like the norm for me because I grew up with people that spoke 3 languages, right? If not more. So very, very few people that I know speak only 1 language. Oh, he's from Trieste. Okay. A lot of Croatians had immigrated to Trieste. A big population of Croatians were from Trieste. There you go. He was raised in Istria. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. All my friends that had Croatian, Yugoslavian parents, they were from Trieste, and then Trieste immigrated to Canada. It's all Trieste. I don't like north of Italy so much. I like the central and I like the south. Yeah. Yeah, Slovenia. Yeah. But I prefer the south of Italy. The south of Italy is cool. Friuli is beautiful though. Okay, yeah. It is. It is, but I still prefer the south and the central part. My favorite is Abruzzi, which is next to where my parents are from, Molise. Abruzzi has the best wine, the best vineyards. I love Abruzzi. Look it up, Boz. Abruzzi. It's gorgeous. That's my dream, to retire in Italy, but in a town, not in the north, not in a fancy place, but in some town in Abruzzi or in La Molise, or even in some towns in the south. It doesn't matter where, the food is, because the produce is all organic. Oh, you have everything. You have everything, and you can travel if you feel like. If you feel like leaving Italy and going to Spain, for example, you just take the train, and in 2 hours you're there. You don't even need to fly. Abruzzo, yeah. Abruzzo, yeah. That's where, God willing, if I can retire, that's where I would love to retire. If I get my way in life. And ideally with a partner, quiet life, simple, but yet cultural, with good people as my neighbors, and just nature around me, and you have the sea, the Adriatic Sea, you have everything. And then if you want to go on a vacation, it's cheap. You just go to Spain if you want to. You go to Greece. You go to France. You go wherever the heck you want. You go to Croatia. It's a skip and a hop away. So that's my dream. Hopefully it'll come true. Yeah. All right, so we've got 10 people in the house with 11 likes. I have my beautiful boys with me. I'm going to have to end the stream now because it's an hour and 21 minutes, and Giaconda has to slowly get all her stuff together so she can face her day at work and be productive. So thank you, Moose. Thank you, my sweetheart. So keep in mind this 24-hour stream. I'm going to schedule a stream either for tomorrow night or because I think I have the microphone in check. What I did is I was able to plug in the microphone, the $50 microphone that I bought in my desktop, because the name that popped out was not the name that was on the microphone. It was K66. So I only realized it last night. I was like, wait a minute, K66, but okay. And then I tested the microphone on StreamYard. I clicked record. So when you click record, you can record yourself and not go live. So it's kind of like a simulation of a live, right? You record yourself. I did it twice with my microphone. I recorded myself on StreamYard, then heard it back, and the sound was mwah. So I'm like, so if I did the recording on StreamYard and the sound is mwah, then when I go on StreamYard, it's going to be the same thing, right? So if that's the case, because someone said, oh, if you have a microphone, the microphone stand, you're going to need earphones. But I used my microphone with no earphones. And when I did the recording on StreamYard, it was mwah. It was beautiful. So anyhow, ciao, guys. See you this week. Thank you for the likes. Love you. Ciao.